Welcome to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast, a Shadowrun 4th edition actual play podcast.
I am Simon. I play Bertha Huggins, aka Huggy Bear.
I'm Al, or Draenor. I'm playing Mav or Maverick.
My name is Les, and I will be playing Murin.
My name is Jack. I'm going to be playing Toyger.
Hello, I'm Michael, and I'll be playing Sunshine.
And my name is Rhydian. I am the GM. If you would like to follow our runner's journey through 2072's New York, please feel free to check out the link to our living campaign map in the show notes. Additionally, if you would like to submit any new locations or create background information for any of the districts, details on how to submit this can also be found in the show notes. The following content may contain themes and material not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. Last time on the podcast, now that they've done some legwork, and Toyger has been bullied by an 8-year-old, the team have found the entrance to the Humanis safe house. Now it's time to finalise their plans. After you go out to sit under a tree, are you summoning a spirit?
I'm going to summon a Watcher spirit.
Give me your summoning roll. Watchers don't really get to resist. They have virtually no fucking dice for it.
4.
Okay, so you kind of pull bits of the ambient astral from the area and combine it with your own thoughts. And you're left with what looks like a kitten made of the same material, the glass and steel, as the community centre.
I'm just going to give it a little scratch under the chin.
It feels weird, like scritching glass. What? It purrs though and rubs its head up against you. It does kind of shred your hand a little bit because, ow, that's sharp.
Ah, that's just cats in general. They shred your hand.
Yeah. This one is extra spiky though.
So I'm going to give it directions to where the hatch is, and tell it will be a very, very good kitty if it can get through the hatch and tell me what's underneath.
So it kind of goes and then dematerializes, so it's not visible on the physical plane. It goes off onto the astral, comes back, and you get... It's a hole!
Very well done, little one. Is there anything in the hole?
You just wanted to know what was on the other side of the hatch.
And now I want to know what is in the hole.
Fine. It disappears off again and comes back and then looks at you and says, "Rooms?"
Take its little head in its hands, give it little scritches. You're doing extremely well. Is there anything alive in any of the rooms?
And it goes, "I'll find out," and zips off again in the astral and zips back and says, "There's 5 of them. There's five big living things, lots of living things too, lots of them squeak and they look tasty."
Those are called mice. If you do very well, you may have one.
Ooh.
Tell me about these big living things.
They look like you. But not. But kinda, they're the same kind of thing.
If they have cyberware, their souls will look damaged or dim or broken in some way. Do any of them look like that?
Yeah, it kind of thinks for a bit and says, yeah, they have gaps where there shouldn't be gaps. Gaps in themselves.
Some people are like that, don't worry about it. Do you remember what they were doing?
Human things?
Can you be any more specific? Were they standing around? Were they talking? Were they playing cards? Were they...
It looks at you and shrugs and says, "I don't know, humans do things."
Was any one of them being hurt by the others?
It's not sure. It's kind of reaching the limits of what it can tell you, because Watchers are just so goddamn dumb. They are so fucking stupid.
You're trying to get, like, Compaq instructions out of a bee here.
They're not quite that dumb, but they're close.
Could a very weak spirit like Force 1 be able to tell us more?
A watcher effectively is Force 1.
The kitten has done very well, and it may go and chase mice until it dematerializes.
It just kind of disappears off going, yeah! So yeah, are you summoning a different spirit, or are you going with that?
Yes, I'm going to summon something at Force 2, I think.
Alright.
A Spirit of Air.
So roll me your conjuring skill.
3 hits.
It's like a little swirl of wind that comes up to about your hip, and bits of trash from the street kind of get caught up in it until you can see a vaguely humanoid outline. What you think is the head kind of looks you up and down, and you're through the spiritual link, you're getting the impression of, well, I'm here now. What do you want? And resist 2 drain, by the way.
5 hit.
It actually crit glitched, so I'll give you a number of services up to your magic rating, which I believe is 5, is that right?
That's correct, yep.
Yep. So you actually have 5 services out of it because of how badly it flubbed.
Right, first of all, you sarcastic little madam, I'm going to need you to mind the lip. Second of all, in that building, there's a hatch in the floor. I will give you directions. You're going to do your best to stay hidden, you're going to go into it. I believe there are 5 people in there. I want descriptions, I want to know what they're doing, I want to know if one of them appears to be there against its will or is injured, and anything else you see that might be of interest to you, just relay it all back.
It's holding up a hand that's made up of various bits of trash, like drink straws and sweet wrappers and stuff like that, and it's kind of ticking them off and going, was that all 5? You gave me multiple instructions there.
I'm pretty sure the first of them was mind the lip, but just do as you're told.
It looks at you and shrugs and says, hey, this is a contract. I'm just trying to make sure I understand what you want me to do.
I was perfectly willing to be pleasant. Go down the hatch, tell me about the people you find there.
Okay, that's 1. Thank you. I'm not trying to be lippy. I'm just trying to make sure I get it right. I'll go and look at people. You get through the spirit link as it goes away, you get, I don't know, you just try to make sure you do what they want and they get back at you. So after a while it comes back and says, so there's 5 of them. They're all human. They're all guys. A lot of them have got wear. What else did you want to know?
Do any of them appear to be there against their will, or are they all quite happy to be there?
It holds up a second finger and says, they're all sleeping, I think. They've all got their own rooms.
Are they armed?
It cocks its head at you and says, none of them are magic, so I don't really know.
That's fair. The doors to these rooms, are they locked from the outside?
It looks at you and shrugs and just says, I don't know. I can't tell.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's a bit too technological for a spirit to be able to tell. They're good on anything that's living or magical. Anything technological, meh?
How healthy are they? Are they in pain? Are they sick? Anything like that?
It shrugs and says, most of them seem pretty healthy. That one guy, though, he ain't eating right.
Would you care to elaborate on that statement?
I don't know, he just didn't seem like as healthy as them, you know?
I think I take your meaning.
Bear in mind, it's a Force 2 spirit. It's not massively bright.
So, I hold up a finger to it, like, give me a minute, and then I make a quick call to the group.
It holds up its sort of spiritual hand made of bits of trash, and you can see it's holding up 4 fingers to you.
I've got 1 more, yes, I'm aware. Thank you very much. Does anyone else have any more questions for this spirit before I send it back where it came from?
Sorry, what spirit?
Oh, I summoned a little air ghost. It's mouthy and impudent, but it's gotten into the room under the floor.
Excellent, what's there?
There are 5 human men down there. One of them appears to be quite badly malnourished. They're in separate rooms. I think I'm going to guess cells, but it can't tell me any more than that.
Okay, what is the... Can it give us a layout of what the rooms are like? Can it draw a map or something like that?
I don't think so. It's not intelligent enough. Also, if I ask it to do that, it will do something lippy, and I will do something I will later regret.
Okay, well, I don't know how magic works.
Ask and I will teach.
Not right now.
If you ever have any questions.
Do we know what's carrying? Like, what the armed is?
Some of them, many of them have cyberware. It was described to me as they are missing pieces of themselves, which indicates to me cyber limbs.
That seems... Is that what it looks like?
You've cut part of it away and put something monstrous in its place. You have no idea how horrible it looks on the astral.
Oh, well, I don't particularly...
Imagine you were speaking... Imagine speaking to someone and part of their face just isn't there.
You never spoken to a ghoul before?
I don't think so. He may have just been a smelly hobo, I'm not sure.
Well, anyway, I can't think of anything else.
Can the spirit join us when we take the place down?
I've only got one service left.
It will disappear at sunset.
So it's not going to be there anymore.
I can summon another.
Better spirit.
Oh, a much stronger one. You've not met Gawon yet, have you?
I have never met a spirit at all, so far as I'm aware.
Oh, this will be a wonderful experience for you.
Well, I'm not going to be there, so...
Met spirits. They're weird.
Oh, we have met spirits! You're right. Fuck them.
We fought spirits. Several of them.
Yes, we have very much met spirits. They were unpleasant. They respond poorly to bullets, so, you know, much like everything else.
If you were able to hurt them with bullets, then they weren't very powerful spirits. If no one's got any other questions, I just turn back to the little ghost and I say, "Thank you for all your help. I'm sorry we got off on the wrong foot. You can go back to what you were doing now." And I just snap the fingers and it disappears.
It hangs around on the astral for a couple of seconds, and it gives you this "I done good" kind of grin and a thumb up that's made out of a Twinkie wrapper before it goes off. There's some kids playing nearby, and you can see that it's creating like a little dust devil of trash coming out the bin that keeps flying over them. This seems to be just what this spirit does.
It's impish. I like impish.
It hangs around just throwing trash out the bins at people with gusts of wind. Yeah, it's an existence. It's happy.
What was the name of that horrible little shit from the bathroom?
Stacy, I believe.
Stacy, yeah.
I do hope it meets Stacy eventually. And follows her home.
And empties a bag of used diapers on her.
Diapers are a little heavy for a wind spirit to carry.
Depends how big a wind spirit.
Oh, cool.
Depends how big a bag of nappies.
Someone summons a great Force 12 spirit. Oh god.
I think that maybe summoning a great Force 12 spirit just to dump a bunch of diapers on someone is maybe...
a little excessive.
Yes.
Force 12 Great Form Air Spirit, isn't that Hurricane Ball Bag?
Something like that.
For anyone who may be listening who isn't Scottish, look it up.
Cyclone Freedom, I'm one of the unfortunate non-Scots who had to look it up. I cannot believe this is real.
Okay. Moving on from that. Sunshine, we've gotten back around to being roughly in time with you again. So what are you doing in the Matrix there?
We know that most of the cameras are on the outside of this building. Would I be able to loop, either start those looping just now, or set them up so they start looping either at the press of a button or later on?
You could probably make it so that they start looping at a set time.
I would like to do that, please.
Okay, so this will be an edit action.
Edit unauthorized?
Indeed, followed by a stealth roll.
3 hits.
It's not a great job, but it'll do, and you know the time that it'll start. I will just let you pick a time when you're ready, and if I could get your stealth rollers, please.
4 hits.
That's not a bad roll. Yeah, you're absolutely fine. You've gone undetected by the system.
Awesome. One other thing. Would there happen to be any CCTV cameras looking at these 5 possible cells in the basement dungeon thing?
The only CCTV you can see is the outside of the center. There's like a couple of cameras inside, but it's largely we're keeping an eye out for like go-gangers and like yobs and shit like that.
Yeah.
Making sure that the grannies aren't giving out the coffee for free.
While you're hacking, does this place have a building alarm? And can you do anything about the phone lines?
Bear in mind that phone lines, everybody has a comm link which connects to the matrix.
But if they connect to the local node, because it's the most powerful thing in the area, she might be able to perform some disruption.
The only way you'd be able to do that is with something like an area jammer, which will basically just shut down all matrix traffic.
Well, if they've got an air gap network in the cellar, there's a non-zero chance that they've got some sort of cage around it, so that the network can't get in and can't get out.
I'm wondering why they've got 5 dudes down in the basement as well, who...
These people could be hiding out after having performed some disreputable act.
We are going in here because we know, because this was listed as a safe house in the data that we stole off the 39ers.
Well, we know that this building is notionally empty of other people from 1 a.m. onwards. Why don't we aim to break in at probably about 2 a.m. would probably be the best time, because that's right in the middle of people's REM sleep for most people. So they're going to be at their most groggy and disorganized, and probably most of them will be asleep.
This needed to be delivered by 9 a.m., is that correct?
Yeah.
And how long would it take us to get to the delivery point again? Was it a couple hours?
Say an hour and a half with early hours traffic.
So we've got until 7:30 to finish the job. We want to be...
Hopefully, it takes 5 minutes.
The job's going to take 5 minutes.
So break in at, say, 2 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
Hitting during the night is one option. The other option is we hit in the 12 to 1 slot. After Humanist, the Wargaming Club, the Ballroom Dancers, and the Armature Theatre Group have emptied out. But before they seal up the building. So we might just be able to walk in the front door or kick a daylock.
I don't see the benefit of that.
It means we don't have to break into the building through nighttime security.
Which is probably going to be pish.
Possibly.
If they even have a security guard here,
If you're relying on us trying to get in at the time everyone else is leaving, well, for a starter, most of this party is Trog.
if you really think that the Humanists, if they are trying to get a bunch of Trogs into this place, when Humanists are just leaving,
After they've left, when the cleaners are in and there's like 3 people there.
Alternatively, we have one of us join the wargaming group and start an argument about a very specific set of rules, thereby drawing all eyes to them, and the rest of us slip in the back.
Take back a point of edge, because that would so happen.
Yeah, go in, start arguing about which edition did the charge guess range rules better, and then get so angry and flip the table as only a troll can.
once again, if you think that this center is going to let a Trog in at any point in the day, well, I have some coastline property in the Black Forest to sell you.
One of the humans can do it.
Toyger can flip the table then.
Well, yeah, they do that, and then I'll go lift up the back wall so the others can slip inside.
Are you just going to pick the building up and let us in?
I think the best idea is for us to enter after they have locked up.
So, 2 a.m.
Yeah.
2 a.m. around that time.
It's going to be lowest traffic, fewest number of people around. The guys in safe house are probably going to be asleep.
Well, I mean, the easiest way to get in right now is to just break in through the fire door. It's a door that is designed to open.
In through the front door.
we could do that. If you want to try and get out of the area across the park. Then again, that would put us somewhere where we're not right by the main road, so we're less conspicuous.
The main road is at the back door. We can drive both our vehicles in, park them at the front door.
I think we're overthinking this.
This is a community center. Wait till after midnight, walk in, take what we need, walk out.
That seems the best idea.
Yeah, no need to overcomplicate this.
They don't have us on cameras.
The one thing that we do need to overthink is one of our primary objective is stuff off a server.
Yeah.
We have one hacker.
Steal the server.
It's possible we can steal the server. How big are servers, Rid?
Not very. Bear in mind, there's about 50 plus years of technological advancement over where we are.
I mean, are we talking like one rack blade is a server?
A modern PC tower unit is about the size of a server in this.
That's what I was thinking.
So it's quite possible that the simple course is for
I'll stuff it in my pockets.
Murin, Mav, and some drones to punch our way in, subdue the dudes,
Grab the servers, leave.
grab the server, grab the dudes.
The only thing that I can think of that is going to be a problem is going to be the local police.
This place is alarmed.
They have a response time.
They have a response time.
What rating area is this in?
This is a B-rated area.
What is the security response time in a B-rated area?
Does anybody in character have any knowledge about that?
Police bribery?
Bribery, no.
Of Lone Star procedures with a specialty in patrol.
Could I get your roll then, please, Mav?
All right then. So for a B-rated area, they're not going to be too aware of it unless there's gunshots.
But what are the chances of that with this team?
If there's unsuppressed gunshots that are audible, then yeah, they'll start coming over. It's not going to take massively long, but it won't be appallingly slow either. They will actually turn up.
So do I know response times for security mage, patrol car?
The security mage he's probably going to be there within a minute or two.
Ooh.
Maybe less, because he's on the astral plane. He moves at the speed of thought.
Be quick. Yep.
Yeah. The car, that might take about, depending on how severe it is, 10 to 15 minutes, maybe more, maybe less, depending on what happens.
I have an idea.
Oh dear.
If I take one of the drones and stage a break-in somewhere in the north of the district, we leave one of my drones. It breaks into somewhere, makes lots of banging noises. They hear the gunshots, they go up there. And then we quietly break into the place with the other drone as backup.
Assuming there's only a single police car.
No, I'm assuming that there's a single mage.
Who goes to the first place, sees one drone shooting the place up, and then goes, I wonder what's happening at the second alarm, and a second later gets there and sees the strike team.
The mage isn't going to see the drone. It's not got a soul, it doesn't glow.
Yeah, a mage on the astral plane is going to notice a drone.
They're not. They're
not invisible.
But that's the thing, the astral isn't a place made up of solid things. Our buildings tend to show up because they've been there a while. A desk might show up.
That doesn't work. Like I said, magic is not my thing.
The place is going to be deserted. The guys in the basement are going to be asleep. I've looped the cameras. We crowbar open a door or something. We go down into the basement. If we have to kill the guys that are down there, bang, 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 shooty bangs happen. We then find the server rack, we pull it out the wall, and we doodle before the 5 to 10 minutes it takes for the police car to turn up. And there's no video evidence, and the only witnesses are lying on the floor bleeding profusely.
Or in the back of our van with us, because we nicked them for our secondary contract.
Yeah.
and one mage.
What do we know about that lift? Basically nothing, because all our recon has been spirits.
Not very bright ones.
We don't know how to trigger that, how to get in it, how to get down it, whether it's alarmed.
That will be Sunshine's job.
Yep.
I imagine that we ask Mörin to open up the lift doors and Sunshine to get the lift working.
Sounds doable.
Defeating the lift is not beyond the ken of meta-humanity.
I think we are taking a little too long to think about this. It's not a difficult job. We break in, we steal the we break out. We break in the fire exit, get to the lift door. Our friend Mörin here rips open the doors. I would like to point out that this lift is a secret entrance to a bunker underneath the community center. I highly doubt that it's going to be connected to the fire safety system.
Valid point.
That is where our Sunshine comes in. If Sunshine can stop the fire alarm from going off when they open the door, Sunshine, can you make the door not set off the fire alarm?
Yes, does it actually matter? We're going to be in and out of this place in 2 minutes.
No, but if that's a problem that people are going to bring up, then I'm offering a solution to it.
Yes, it's possible. No, I don't think it matters.
Cool, then we break in the fire alarm, the fire door, get in there, nick the stuff, get out.
As I see it, as soon as we break into this building, we're basically at the going loud stage. If we can keep the loudness down to once we're in the basement, even better. But we're going to be in and out of this whole place in, 3 minutes tops? Let's just get this over with. We've got the floor plan, we know where we're going, we know what the target is, we know what the opposition is, and if we keep it under 10 minutes, the police ain't going to be here, and the cameras are off.
So why are we still talking?
Exactly.
Because we're not doing this until 2 in the morning and it's only 6 o'clock.
Then why don't we go get some sleep?
I like that bit. I like the bit with the sleeping. That one's good.
Thank you for listening to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast. We hope that you enjoyed the show and look forward to seeing you again in 2 weeks' time for our next episode. Intro is More Human Than Human by Carl Casey, and the background music is also by Carl Casey. Outro music is Neon Thrills by Luck Hash. All sound effects are from freesound.org and credited in the show notes. The Tops Company Inc. has the sole ownership of the names, logo, artworks, marks, photographs, audio, video, and or any other proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Tops Company Inc. has granted permission to the Pride Against Prejudice podcast to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any other proprietary material for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with the Pride Against Prejudice podcast in any official capacity whatsoever. All other works mentioned in this podcast remain the property of their respective owners. Original content of the Pride Against Prejudice podcast is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 2.0, so if you use any part of the show, please credit us accordingly.